Okay, so this machine is Hack the Boxes Jerry. It's one of the easiest machines that have been retired. It lives at 10.10.10.95 and I've already done an Nmap scan. So I'm using all the Nmap scripts. I am scanning all the ports, and I'm using a time limit, time of 4. So um, you can see the Nmap scan here. So you can actually see that's telling me that it's running Apache Tomcat 7. And if we go to, it's running that on port 8080. So we go here to port 8080. We have Tomcat 7. So a lot of the times when admins set up things like this, sometimes they use default credentials and stuff like that. So that's one of the first things I'm going to look at. So I will open up Metasploit, and what I'm going to use is I'm actually going to see if there's any actual auxiliary scanning modules. So if we go to AUX, sorry, use AUX scanning, probably HTTP, because web, and then I would say Tomcat maybe, see if anything comes up. Okay, we'll just use HTTP. Right, so these are all the HTTP auxiliary scanning modules. So what I'm looking for is probably Apache Tomcat, or maybe just Tomcat. Let's see, here we go. So this one looks like it might be a good one to use. Now you probably could use Google also to find out what the default credentials are, but we've got a module here, so we'll run this module. So let me just clear this. There we go. So we say use. Dot. And we do show options. And we have to have in our host file, so our host is going to be 10.10.10.95. So we need to set our host to that. And then we'll just run it, or exploit if you want to. I'll just show you exploit 2. It'll do exactly the same thing as run. Hit exploit. And this one looks like it's just trying to brute force the password. So let's just see what happens. Okay, control C that because you can see there we've already got the password. So that means that we should be able to log into this and upload a file. So before I go ahead and log in, the first thing I'm going to actually do is I'm going to use another feature of Metasploit. It's called MS Random. It actually creates your actual payload. So let me just get the code for it. Okay, there are cheat sheets out there, so if you just Google MS Phantom cheat sheets, you'll be able to find one. There's one very good one at, I think it's redteamtutorials.com. So let me just increase the size of this. So I do this. Okay. Just try something here. Oh, there you go. Right. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're using MS Phantom. It's going to create a payload, which is going to be a JSP shell reverse TCP, and then the local host is going to be your own IP address, which you can get by just typing IPA and look for your adapter. That's the one I'm using. It's 10.10.14.17. So go back here to Phantom. Okay. So localhost is going to be 10.10.10. Oh, sorry. What was it again? It was 10.10.14.17. Back here. So it's 14.17. And the local port that we're going to use is port 44. Okay, and then what we're doing is the file type is going to be a raw file. And I'm going to just call it, because I think I already have one, I'm just going to call it shell2.rar. Okay. So if we hit enter, it should create that file. Okay, so we already created that file. The next thing I want to do is I actually want to set up a listener. Because what will happen is we're going to upload this file, and then we'll just go to that file on the web server, and the minute we open that file, we will get a reverse shell back. So to open up a listener, what we're going to do is we're going to use NCAT. So this is what I use. I use NC for NCAT-NLBP, and then my port, which is port 4444. Which, let me just double check. Yeah, okay. So now what I need to do is I just hit enter. Let me just increase this for you again, so you can see it a bit clearer. Right, so now my machine is listening on that port. So the next thing we need to do is we'll go back to our Metasploit here, and we can see that we've got the password, the username and password. So we go back here, we go to manage app. So the username is Tomcat. I spelled that wrong. And then it's okay. Make sure I get this right. Oops. Of course I spelled it wrong. me get this right. Okay, so it's got the something's going on here. Okay, let me check that again. Okay, so it's SECRET. SECRET. There we go. Okay, so we're logged in, and what you can do is you just go here to browse, put a war file, and then I'll just find that shell 2. Should be here. There you go, shell 2. Open it, and then hit deploy, and you'll see that I have shell 2 there. So what I'll do, I'll just open this in a new tab, and once that'll open up a blank page, and if I go here to my listener, which is here, we are now connected. So let's see how far we can go. So cd dir cd users dir. Like I said, I already did this machine ages ago, so I know where everything. The two flags actually in the administrator, but like that shows you how easy this machine is to own. So if you are setting up any services online, good idea is not to use default credentials. So that's this video. Like, subscribe, do what you want to do. I'm not sure which machine I'll do next, but hopefully it'll be maybe a little bit harder. Maybe it might be another one that has something similar to this. So yeah, see you then.